Hey everyone, this is Sleakozzy here, and welcome back, guys, to another video. Today we're going to be discussing some new weapons coming to Fortnite Battle Royale. So if you guys are hyped with this video, please do show your support by leaving a like on it, and if you're new here, then subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all the new amazing Fortnite content coming your way. And as you saw at the beginning of this video, me, Mikey ATF, and NitroLukeDX have a free Fortnite V-Bucks giveaway going on right now. Just click the top link in the description down below, follow the steps to enter, and at the end of this month, you could be in with a chance of getting yourself some free V-Bucks. So today, we're going to be talking about a couple of new weapons that have been data mined and found in the files of Fortnite Battle Royale that could potentially be coming to the game. And surprisingly, they're linked in with the current events that are going on right now in the Fortnite map. That being the Comet and the new Leviathan skin. Now, all of this is a little bit conspiracy-esque. I'm going to go more into that later down the line. I've got a video coming out in the next day or two talking about the Comet and all the conspiracies behind it and how it's all linked in with the map and how it's going to react and stuff. So that should be pretty fun to record. So look forward to that. But today we're going to be talking about a couple of new pistols that could potentially be added into the game. Now, I'll leave all the sources that I use in this video in the description down below so you guys can go down there and check out those for yourself. Now, these two pistols, one of them is very new that we haven't seen before. So I'm going to put all the images on the screen as we go through, so you guys can see what these look like. So the first weapon that we're going to talk about is the dual pistols. I'll put images of these on screen right now so you can see, and it says dual. So I'm guessing these are dual wield, like akimbo, like one in the left hand, one in the right hand. There's no way that they would use the term dual pistols unless it was dual wield. Now, Fortnite hasn't done this before. This is the first time that we've seen like a dual-handed weapon, like weapons in each hand. Now, are they going to be, are they going to have two separate magazines where you have to reload them, separately? Can you fire them separately? Can you press right-click for the right pistol, and can you press left-click for the left pistol? And if you press both of them at the same time, can you fire both? And how powerful are they going to be? I imagine, considering that these are epic and legendary variants, they're going to be very rare, but they're also going to be very powerful as well. So I'm guessing that if you fire both of these at the same time, it's going to have devastating effects. And because they're dual wield, there's not really an option to aim, because obviously it's right click to aim, left click to shoot, so there's not really much option for aiming there if they are dual wield. So it's going to be kind of like hip fire accuracy. They're not going to be too accurate from long range. It's mainly for short range to medium range, I'm guessing, at this point. And they do look kind of futuristic as well. You can see like a wire leading from like the handle of the gun down to like a canister underneath the barrel. So I'm not too sure how these are going to fire, like if it's going to be like an actual bullet or it's going to be like a laser projectile or whatever it's going to be. But it looks very futuristic, it looks very weird. But the concept for this is very, very cool. Dual wield weapons. Now this could open the door to Epic doing other stuff with the dual wield weapons, like dual wield SMGs, dual wield, anything else pretty much, dual wield revolvers or something. They'd obviously have to balance it out because you're essentially holding two weapons at once and firing two at the same time. Like, imagine having two scars in your hand and firing them simultaneously. That would be devastating. So they're gonna have to find a way to decrease the damage of these weapons so that when they're both fired together, they do a lot of damage. Now, them releasing or them announcing that these are going to be dual pistols, obviously they haven't been confirmed yet. They're in the game files. It's still up in the air at the minute, but most of the time when weapons are leaked and they are found out, like the heavy shotgun, and the C4, they are implemented into the game. So I'm guessing these are going to be coming out either in Save the World or most likely Fortnite Battle Royale, but I'm not really too sure how they're going to implement it and how they're going to balance the damage out, because they are epic and legendary variants, so by nature they're going to have more damage in them. But having dual, like two of them, they're going to have to kind of like look at the damage numbers of pistols and ARs into the game, in the game, and judge how much damage these do. Now, I wouldn't use these for close quarters combat because obviously I'd use a shotgun. Medium range to long range, I'd use an AR or a scoped AR or something, or a SCAR. So I'm not really too sure how these could be used unless you're really up close in a fight and you use one pump of your shotgun and then you switch out to these pistols to quickly take down their buildings and to overwhelm them. They obviously have their niche places in the game, but I'm really curious to see how they work around this new dynamic of having 2 guns in your hand at the same time. I'm really curious to see that. So that's the first one, that's the dual pistols. Now, working on down, we have the one that links in with the whole space thing, and it's called the Space Pistol. I know, yeah, like very creative name or whatever, but seriously, this is what it looks like. It looks like, it's got the hilt, and it's got like a wire coming out of it, and it's got like a scaffolding, kind of like structure to it, as if it's like modeled. Like, it looks similar to the pick that we have in the game, like the space pick. The the one that came out with this season's battle pass. It's got the kind of like similar vibe to that. And now I will tell you what this says, because this description is a bit cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It says, high tech, fires balls of energy that deal damage to enemies in a small radius. Deals energy damage that is fairly effective against all types of elemental enemies. Now, this might not even be introduced into the main game. Like, this might, like it says, deals effective damage against all types of elemental enemies. This could be a save the world weapon. But with all the stuff that's going on right now with the Leviathan and the whole theme of the season pass, this season being space themed, the whole comet thing in the sky, they're announcing a space pistol. They have to kind of implement this in some way. Now, Fortnite Inside actually touched upon this, and they said that this might not even be in the main game. It could potentially be a limited time mode where we see these weapons and other weapons like the dual pistol and the space pistol. But these were found in the Fortnite Battle Royale files in the latest update, so they could potentially be in the game. Now, it says elemental enemies. I don't understand what that means by elemental enemies. That seems to me like something you'd use in Save the World, but they were found in Fortnite Battle Royale, so they're going to be implemented in some way. Or maybe this description is taken from Save the World and they'll alter it and change it for Fortnite Battle Royale. But, the description of it is very cool. It fires balls of energy, that deal damage to enemies in a small radius. So it's an AoE weapon. It's an area of effect. You fire it, and it's kind of like a mini grenade. Like, a grenade has an area of effect. This is kind of a similar thing. It fires projectiles that do splash damage as it hits the floor and it hits enemies in a radius. So I'm not really too sure how this is going to behave, whether the fire rate's going to be high or it's going to be a very low fire rate. I'm guessing it'll be kind of like a low fire rate because having balls of energy that do radius damage is very effective. And it is a legendary and epic variant of these pistols. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they tone down the AoE damage and how much damage it deals to people that aren't stood on top of it, but they're kind of next to it, so that it deals some sort of damage, and whether it's good for taking out structures or anything, or if it's still worth using RPGs and grenade launchers. So this is essentially another type of explosive weapon, because it's an area of effect, but it's in the form of a pistol, and it's very high tech, so it's going to have something to do with the comet and space theme. Everything's coming together now. We just need the confirmation, and we just need to hear a little bit more from Epic about this. But as I said, I'll touch more on this in my conspiracy space video about the whole meteor thing, so hopefully I can bring that out soon and touch more upon that, because it is a very cool concept. Now, the big question that I have regarding these weapons is that if these 2 weapons are to be introduced into the game, they can't just add them in willy-nilly and put them into the table, because before, they had the trouble of there being too much loot in the loot table of the game, that they had to remove weapons. They had to remove the SMG, they had to remove the smoke grenade. So I'm guessing they'll remove either the normal pistol from the game, or they'll remove the silenced SMG. I mentioned this in the previous video, that the silenced SMG isn't a good weapon. It's not a good weapon at all. You pick it up if you need to, and you use it if you have to. But other than that, you pretty much drop it within the first couple of minutes of the game, because you find ARs, you find shotguns, it has no use in your inventory whatsoever, and you just get rid of it. So, I don't know whether these pistols will replace that in the loot table, or whether, they will replace the Desert Eagle, because the Desert Eagle isn't really used too often. There's a few people that I know that can use it very well and use it at long range, and it is very effective, but I'm really curious to see what weapon they vault. If they even vault a weapon at all, they might just introduce it into the game willy-nilly and just be like, bang, there it is. It's in the loot table, we'll go and get it. But I assume that they don't want to, you know, overload the loot table with loads of weapons and stuff. They want to keep everything on level playing field. They want to keep everything fresh, give everyone a fair chance to get all the different types of loot. Because if they add too much in, then there'll be so much stuff in there that you might not even get what you want most of the time. You might just get consumables. So I think they should take something out of the game to kind of balance this out. So I think that they should take out the SMG, the silenced SMG. That should be gone. Don't like it. Don't need it. I mean, you could probably keep the blue one in, but the green and grey variant should be replaced with these dual pistols and the space pistol just to make things fair, because no one ever uses them. The blue one maybe, but it's really like not used at all whatsoever. I really hope that they, you know, they do something with that, and they do, you know, bring get more information on this, because like Epic are known for just dropping these updates randomly and out of the blue. They don't announce anything beforehand. People data mine the weapons, and then like a week later or a few days later they're like, yep, there's the weapon, it's out in the game, go get it. So we could expect this to be released in the next week or two, but there are still some weapons that I covered a few weeks ago that aren't in the game yet, so we could be expecting those, like the explosive crossbow and the P90. There's a few weapons that are still up in the air that people are unsure about to be added into the game, so we'll have to just wait and see. But that is it from me, guys. That is all I have to say. I'll have more to say about the space pistol and the conspiracy stuff with the comment in my upcoming video. I'm really excited to record that, so if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like on it, and if you're new here, then subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all the new amazing Fortnite content coming your way. And as I said at the beginning of this video, me, MikeyATF, and NitroLukeDX have a Fortnite V-Bucks giveaway going on right now. Click the top link in the description down below. Follow the easy steps on that page to be entered, and we'll be announcing a winner at the end of this month. So with that, my name has been Sleakozzy. You guys have been amazing, and I will see each and every one of you in my next video. Goodbye, guys.